Hello, everyone. Happy April. Happy spring. So glad to say those words. Hope you're all doing well and hanging in there. You might have been feeling as if you were living in the land of confusion with the cosmic energies that came in with the spring equinox. It was a bit like coming out of anesthesia, so to speak, because everybody was just feeling spacey and confused and memory loss and just completely, the mind going blank. And I definitely could see people really struggling with this, just trying to recall their normal daily functions. So leading to many mistakes, which was no fault of through their own. Um, because as we shifted and dissolved and activated all at once, it can feel like almost a complete shutdown. And that can last anywhere from a few days to a week or more. While we're integrating and rebooting our system. So, if you've experienced that, I've been to my mechanic, it'll be 7 times next week out of confusion on their part. And it's not their normal. So we just have to be very graceful with ourselves and others during this as we go through this. For the light workers, this is part of the gig that, but this gateway hit us really, really hard. And usually it will, when we get these energies, it will, go for one or two areas. This was just a complete area of body, mind, and soul, and activating and rearranging. And you might have experienced, this vibrational breaking down and releasing of distortions. Again, before rebooting up. And so you might have experienced many, many different symptoms, such as the whole body shaking and vibrating. And you're probably going, what is going on with this? And it's just the loosening of those distortions. Or you might have been absolutely overwhelmed and with feelings and emotions and just wanting to cry for no reason at all. And these are the normal, but like I said, this just didn't hit one area, it hit it all. And many spiritual leaders were actually taken back, including myself, by the potency of these energies. It is a part of purging and shedding. Yet another layer of old hurts, old wounds, negative beliefs, old cycles that we've carried forward into our DNA. So it can be past lives, but it also can be the current cycle that we're in. So a lot of things going on. It can also affect these cosmic energies as they come in. They can also affect and activate the Earth's crystals, which then amplify and enhance new frequencies within the earth and the outer. And so then that can cause physical movements, such as earthquakes, water displacements, volcanic, volcanic eruptions, all these physical movements of the planet. So I've been really kind of tuning into, especially the water displacement for some reason. And I don't know what it is, but I have been picking up in the collective, like this collective, what? Like almost like people don't believe, something occurred or something happened. It's just like, what? And I'm not being shown anything in particular, but it's definitely there. It's definitely the feeling of what just happened. So I'm assuming it's going to be in the month of April, maybe May, but it definitely it's really in that collective. So many of you might be picking up on that same thing too. So we'll just see how that plays out. And then we also have the magnetic field that continues to grow weaker. And what that does is it changes our perception of what we call linear time, to that of no time at all. In the higher dimensions, there is no such thing as time. There is only the present moment or the now, and that's how they maneuver there. It's just everything is happening at once. It's only here on Earth that we go by the linear time, which is also breaking down, which eventually it will just be the same as the higher realms. And if any of you work with the divine, it can be comical because they can say, for instance, oh, you're moving in September. Well, you better make sure you ask what year it is because their time is so different than ours. So you may thinking it's this September when it could be 2 years down the line. So, that's how the time concept works. With these energies also came just whole body aches and pains. And many of you might have experienced swollen eyes, blurry visions, a lot of people telling me about floaters in the eyes. And our nervous system is being redesigned. So you might have had swelling or tenderness behind the ears and that went down into, the neck and to the shoulders. This all has to do with our vagus nerve being upgraded, which is behind the ears and goes into all these points. It is the largest nerve in the body, hence why you may have been feeling these whole body aches and pains. It could also have gone into the tongue, where you have a numbness of the tongue, a swelling of the tongue. Just all kinds of things that you normally wouldn't experience. But it was just a general sensitivity overall, and then also heart palpitations, which are common when we get these energies, and then they just dissipate afterwards. This also extends to our beloved animals on this little blue planet of ours, where we really need to be mindful and respectful to our beloved animals, whether they're domesticated or in the wild, because they too are releasing and are feeling very sensitive, because I can see them not only reacting with their own groups, but with people, so I find that very funny. I saw a swan kind of go after a person the other day, and it's like, yeah, just give them space, because they're releasing too. And if you're not giving them the space that they need, you might get a swift and unexpected reaction. There's a guy on Instagram that says, you're going to get the skippity pats, and that's pretty much what it is. So the pets will, and in nature will be reacting too as these energies shift. So just be mindful of that. We do have a very eventful next 3 months, because we are officially in the next passageway. So we had the spring equinox, and now we're moving into the partial solar eclipse, which is another Stargate, on April 30th. Then after that, in May, we have, I believe it is the lunar eclipse. And then in June, we have the summer solstice. So every time we have one of these events, the stargates open, energies come in, the cosmic energies, the codes, and, as we experience these side effects, these symptoms of what's going on. So just to keep in mind that we're going to have these, potent energies for the next 3 months. The masters this month would like to convey that not all is what it seems in the world, especially with the war. they would ask that you not be attached to what you are seeing and what you are hearing about the war. Uh, for the outcome is going to benefit all. While it's not very easy to watch the pain and destruction of people, it will ultimately have an outcome of a regime change, and that those that are oppressed will have freedom. But again, this is a time of restructuring, so things have to be broken down. And like I said, it's not an easy thing to watch, see or feel when you see people suffering. But they just want you to keep in the back of your mind that there is a purpose to this, and not to be attached, and that it will benefit in the long run. They would also ask that you not be angry or hateful, and send that to anyone, anywhere, as that fuels the fires of separation between us, which we're all one, we're not separate. Their suggestion would be to send light into the collective and let it go wherever it is needed the most, because people would tend to not like the bad guy and send bad energy vibrations to those people, and that is just making things worse, instead of sending the love that is needed, that he needs to shift and change, which he probably won't. But like I said, in the end game, it will be the collapse of this regime. So allow that energy to go wherever it is needed. Just send it to the collective, rather than believing that love is only for certain people and reserved for certain, quote, good people. Let it go out there and go to whoever needs it. Lower vibrations such as hate, anger, fear are almost like using a dimmer switch. You're putting it down to a lower vibration, and what we want to do is we want to raise the light and amplify it and send it out there so things can shift and change for the better. So they want you to turn it up, not turn it down. Yeshua would express that love is needed more than ever at this time, and love is what heals. So when you receive a healing, it's not exactly the person that's doing the healing, it's the love that the person brings through to produce the healing, to bring that love in to heal whatever needs to be done. So it's the same thing. Love is a vibration that heals, that manifests, that creates. Love is infinite. Love is expansive. Love is inclusion. Love is all. And that's what we need to be putting out there, and rather than accepting the fears and the anger and the hate. We want to do the opposite of that. He would share also that you work on yourselves first to love, grow, nurture, and heal yourself first, because when you do that, then you are able to express unconditional love for everything and everyone. So if you are mindful enough, send your light into the collective on a daily basis, if not more, but at least if you could do it once a day and just put that out there, it will really help raise not only your personal vibration, but the planet's vibration. And ask that light be directed to wherever it is needed the most. And also, when you direct this light, do so without judgment, expectations, or projections of what should happen. All you need to do is just send the light and let the universe and those that are in the places that are able to utilize that light, let them direct it where it's supposed to be. We are in this huge cosmic cycle that you've heard me talk about before so many times, and it's that process of breaking down and then restructuring and putting things back into a different way, to a new and improved way, to leave the old behind that no longer works anymore as everything is shifting and changing. So please have patience with yourself and with others, especially during this time as we are redesigning our bodies and the planet, so everybody is just, I know they're just one thread away of losing it, but try to keep in that, place of peace and harmony, and do what you can to help yourself, whatever that is for you. Meditation is great. Even spending 5 minutes a day just to get into that heart space and to come into peace, and then you're able to send that out to everyone else. So that's what they wanted to bring forth as a reminder to everyone as we're going through this passageway. On April 30th, I will be hosting an event with Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Grandmother Anna, Archangel Metatron, Saint Germain. I will be doing the event on what is called the Blue Rose, and we will be upgrading light codes and templates. Now, the Blue Rose has been, from antiquity, but now we're doing an upgrade on this. And so, because it's time, it's time that this happens. So, it will be, the upgraded codes, the upgraded templates, alignment, attunement, and this helps us going through all of these massive changes to be able to keep the peace, keep the harmony, because we're in a higher vibration. It's easier to do. It helps us as we go through all these light changes and frequencies, and you're able to adjust to it and almost not feel it like those that are not aware of it. So it definitely is, an opportunity also to not only upgrade, but to rewrite our lives at this time. And that is part of the restructuring. We are rewriting our lives, and we're rewriting what we want to see on this planet. If you want to see love and peace and harmony in the planet, then you need to raise your frequencies. And that needs to spread out. So when everybody gets to that point, then the world changes. And everything is seen as in a different viewpoint. We will be utilizing the energies of the solar eclipse that day, because it is on the 30th. So we will not only be aligning and attuning, but we're also going to be expanding and shifting our bodies of light, in addition to upgrading our geometries for our Merkaba. So there's going to be a lot going on. It will be a 2-hour event. And it'll be packed, so it's going to be boom, 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 boom. For more information and to purchase, you can go to my website. I am having an issue with it right now. People have contacted me about they can't purchase. So if until I get that fixed, if you do go on, just please fill out the contact form, and then I will help you from there until I can get the issue fixed. I have also posted the light codes for Facebook and Instagram. The written codes, they're up for the month, and they're also for the same for integration. And April's light language I can't do it today. April's, I sound, what is that? Not Donald Duck. It's like, anyway, that's what it is. April's light language transmission is for the integration of these codes with grace and ease to help you out as we go through this month. So thank you all for watching as I have my tongue twisters, and have a happy and blessed April. Na shuria na akai yarana tusu ta arania mia kuyasete nana nyana na akarenu shu ia tu senia rama ia aro te ane ase ia ma akurnya akrene tusu ina akarenu sui biste ene akuya la ane sutea oruma ane akuyena asuturu tu brinya ka tu eriara tu ste ini na wakana snaren in any na kuste ama akru na hurma aye akusane atu urute nyasa dari ane okura rane ashuta ana bringi su ste the igara tu su iakora ja iste nare yakuyama integre totare te aso akrene ko yakursinte redaba ushta ne manayaku arane nasu usht ahne aka arenya su urine dara tushte nareyaku manaye akaye tarata ne arotu su uban nanayaku utan Ariana suda orikos acharine pisha etune naneokupa annesa atakai tariareano no subiande mbarian benbenja atusu una daia sa ikiata tarana daiorini tisia nu urpa a aku ananaye Nara tushta arura rene subiarana yakarushiare na Maria aorendea nane akuya a yaruta teria te ita le oria te si te alla aye la khane utu urampa a Shali kitane urana. Te are tu sui bea agarantoja, rana yisha te atarana. Blessings, everyone. Have a happy April.